Alright. Or something like that. Cool. I think we're online. We are. Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of Dungeons & Dragons here in my garage, delivered from two mind players, these fantastic personalities that make up the palette of. So, with that said, we join our gangsters turned race team as they invade upon the Vega compound, or what's left of it, left to rot in the sands of southern Kalimshan. It seems to have been turned into a rebel compound of sorts, having all sorts of individuals combing over it, conducting whatever they might be conducting. The gang invades upon, searching for what they have heard to be a legend nestled within its bowels. Having penetrated the outer walls and the gate, they witness upon the young lady that they helped once upon in Deshagen, Sophie, amidst all the other armed individuals now looking towards their infiltration. Meanwhile, back in Teshburo proper, within the junkyard that the gang once had to escape, there sits Barium, within the destroyed legacy that was the Phoenix. The love letter designed and developed by Cirrus, the old Vega mechanic, now long dead. Well, now dead, although his creation sits mangled and on the precipice of death. With the Mechanai engine behind him clicking uselessly while he faddles with the key, we watch as the camera pans over the whole of the city, showing a massive golem in the distance made of all sorts of junk parts, storming about while the protests of the city violently continue to boil and erupt all over its sprawl. With that said, we now go to our faithful archiver, documenter, and incredible individual all around. Sean, if you could regale us once again.
Sure. So when we open up in the last session, the crew was taking a nap before heading to the Vega mansion. We cut to Felix is in an abandoned room being approached by something. Here's a low growl, some scratching. Smells of acidic substance from downstairs like a swamp. He was forward to investigate and sees a large form in the darkness below, about 5 feet away, some gangling limbs, torso, huge maw, lots of teeth. He backs up and tries to take a shot at it, hits pretty well. Moves trying to get through the exit, still moving there. Lim reaches out and grabs him, wrenches free, dives to the door, reaches out. There's a big scuffle, everything else is going on. And then Felix somehow manages to roll 3 nat 1, blows up his gun in his hand, and then Thing grabs Felix, takes a bite. Felix is dead. That's all we know of Felix. We cut back over to the paddock. Everyone's having a barbecue, waking up at the long rest. Ships coming out of the horizon. Much around then, the Vizier gets up. The Pasha's moving a little slowly, but he's starting to feel better. Garnet talks to Barry, lets him know that the Brotherhood of the Fist supports him. It's a sidebar. Barry relates they need to get the key. Garnet goes to go mess with the Pasha. Garnet explains he doesn't like the rebels, and the rebels don't like the racers. So hence, the enemy of my enemy, my friend. Pasha asks if we're going to the Vega property. You hear an explosion in the background. Barry gives instructions to have the engine ripped out because he knows it's kind of shit. Garnet has heard from Vega Jin in the Vega that the Vega is a compound out near the outskirts of the city. Garnet suggests going to the rooftops. He spoke with Vega Jin at night and asked for 4 horses and a cart. Barry at the shop to meet the Brotherhood to work on distraction for the goal. They take the key to the vehicle into the yard. The others are trying to sneak their way out to the Vega compound. Laz, surprisingly, in his giganticness, did wonderfully. Everybody else really just kind of didn't do so well on stealth. Bjorn is pretty much walking down the middle of the road. Barry at the scrapyard and the Brotherhood are there to distract people. Barry is climbing up to a figure. There's 2 dwarves, an elf, and a human. They're members of the Brotherhood of the Fist, and the protesters are throwing stuff to the golem. Back to the mess that is sneaking through the streets. Bjorn's just wandering in the middle of the road. Garnet's in the shadows. Torth and Laz are doing pretty well out there hiding out, and the protesters are heading toward Bjorn. Yolando is watching from a rooftop, moves down to the group and helps them get out of the alleyway, point to a door. trying to get them to get out that way. Bjorn, of course, being Bjorn, starts shouting at the crowd that just walks away. I have note here just says, who the fuck is this guy for Yolando? Related that his name is Yolando, looking for Felix, detective with guards. He's pretty ugly, apparently. Points way up, Bjorn goes to the door, Laz grabs Yolando and to hold him near the door, make sure he isn't, leaving anybody hanging out behind. Bjorn steps out of the road, fails to stealth check again, the rest of the crew's hidden. And then they're trying to play off the savior angle. That's what I have them down here for Yolando. That I saved you guys. You should be thankful. We get away from the officers. Looking out across the blocks ahead to the gateway, out to the compound. We see a figure in the distance with horses and a cart. We arrive at the compound, 2 kilometers squared is what I have written down there. Bjorn sees some movement. The manor's not kept up. Something's being moved around. A tank, an oblong metal thing, or propane tank looking kind of thing. There's a pair of giant Goliaths that are loading this thing on a cart. Bjorn wants to go introduce himself, like usual. Yolando heads to the compound. We make our way to the perimeter and get to the guard gate. Yolando's trying to hide and falls out of his saddle. He rolls into a bush with some damage and then heals himself. Bjorn is still checking things out. We try to get through the chasm, get to the gate. There's a bunch of peeps that spot us. Laz gets past, but then arrows start raining down. I'm still going for the door. The others are taking hits from the archers. Bjorn casts fog, and they under the fog we head to the gate. There's left to the courtyard, right goes back to the compound. Laz is tired of running into piles of enemies, and we all head to the right. Laz is leading and heads into the front gate. There's a tiefling fellow who's nearby in don't have some form of specialized dress. Someone that's right nearby. Laz goes into a rage and attacks the characters that are visible. A young female figure steps next to the person with flowing robes. And there's a lot of people in here, like a shitload of people in this. It's supposed to be an abandoned complex. We come back to the engine being worked on. Barry's making his way to the legacy in the driver's seat, trying to get things moving. The key doesn't fit. After the scene, we just see Barry in disbelief, just staring up at the sky. And that was it. Long and short of it.
There was one other bit where I rotated the key and it did fit, but then it didn't start.
Got it.
Correctamundo. Cool. And who am I forgetting here? In the layout, prepare him to the side there. Soldier dudes and shit. Oh yeah. And finally, I can't seem to find my archers, which is kind of a problem. There's supposed to be like a shit ton of these guys, right? No.
In last session, we didn't know it was Sophie yet, right?
You recognized her. If you'd seen her.
It wasn't like specifically said, but you could probably figure that out.
It was specifically said in the after credits scene.
Yeah. Okay.
Toss. This guy? No. Where the fuck are my archers?
Is that your twin back there, Ben?
Just ignore her. She's invisible.
I don't think she is.
Sorry guys, I don't know where my archers have gone. I've got like a whole cup full of them and phew, they've completely vanished.
Yeah, Les needs his axe for today. That's what I'm missing.
Ah, here we go. Found it. Perfect. Alright, there we are. Some Gondor soldiers there. Totally fitting in. Alright. Starting at 8:10, not a minute too soon. 8:07, whatever. Cool. As the scene opens up, we do indeed sight upon... Oh, actually, you know what? We can take the legs off. What the hell? We sight upon our man, the barbarian, situated across from a tiefling, and another fellow individual, a soldier of sorts, an explorer, dressed in some leather jerkin, several belts of blades and whatnot, while the tiefling is dripping in finery, velvets and strappings that also hold several blades. The camera pans up overhead to show the whole of the compound, coming around to show the side gate where you guys all entered through. And sure enough, there you stand, amidst each other, sighting upon Sophie, who stands looking over a wall from where she is situated next to a fellow robed, also armed with what seems to be a cannon at his side, a hand cannon at his side. As the camera pulls back to show and swivel across the whole of the scene, we see the giant in the distance, holding one of the massive canisters as he puts it down on the wagon groaning as its timbers and steel do their best to hold the weight. The whole of the scene abroad shows many men milling about, moving boxes and equipments, sighting upon the scene as it's starting to unfold, and having their attention drawn to the screams of combat that erupt from the gate as Lazarus bursts from his boxy, hidey place. From in the distance, we can see Gungajin and his fellow dwarves leaping upon one of the buildings in the distance as they come in behind one of the soldiers, grabbing hold of him, snapping his neck and pitching him over the side as they move in towards the next one who looks back behind him. As the camera pulls back and combat erupts all over, we also go to see Barium, far and away. Back in Tishborough, he sits in the driver's seat of a legend, a love letter designed by the Vega mechanic once upon a time. With the strange screeches and screams of the mechanic golem, the metal golem in the distance, you sit with the key turned, having just heard the click of whatever happened behind you, whatever happened in the tumbler. It echoes painfully and sharply for the brief moment as you realize that the key fits, but something isn't working. What could it be? The camera pans around the whole of the cockpit. It's mangled beyond recognition, with where the massive metal golem pierced through the back entry of the cockpit, stretching the metal, pulling it away, tearing the whole of the frame apart and asunder. What do you do?
I want to investigate the vehicle while I have time to see if I can, at the very least, learn anything about it.
Throw me investigation. Let's go for 15 or better.
You got a nat one.
As you sit there staring ahead, thinking to yourself, what could it be? You hear the voice echo in your head, telling you what you can't do. As you sit there staring ahead, you think about those words. You think about all the missed opportunities to learn about this. You think all you have to do is do it, but you don't move. You can try again, but at disadvantage, as you beat yourself up in the cockpit thinking about it all.
I'll give it another shot at disadvantage.
Can't get worse than a 1.
Or what'd you say?
Unless you're Ben.
Facts.
Excuse me?
Then it can be 3 ones.
A disadvantage is a 15.
Yeah, on investigation.
Yep. Yeah, I rolled a 15
Nice.
on disadvantage.
It's a moment later that you think about where you were, what you were doing, your honor as an artificer, as a dragonborn. You turn around in the cockpit and getting on your haunches. You look over the headrest and a moment later begin to pull apart the pieces of the subframe. With very little difficulty, you find the various panels, their fittings, peeling back the bits of trim. Throw me, oh my god, I want to say a sleight of hand. No, Dex plus proficiency. I can't think of, what the skill would be otherwise, but Dex plus proficiency. As you work over the whole of the cockpit, working your way back into where you believe the engine bay to be, the panels come loose. As the echoes of the strange beast rise in the distance, the protest still continuing to keep it distracted and away from you.
11 plus 3 is 14.
You manage to make your way through. The whole of the body panels and everything comes apart, revealing the bay behind the driver. You look upon the pipes coming through the top frame, where the twisted metal has crushed them down into a divot, a canyon, where it would otherwise be a streamlined bubble. As you look through the dark pits of this space, trying to make heads or tails of everything, you sight upon the chromed canister situated in the center of it all. And as you stare upon it, focusing yourself, you know that you should hear something. Throw me perception.
This one's gonna be rough. 16.
And you do hear it. A rhythmic sort of heartbeat that you can almost sense or feel. You can feel the heat, to be sure, despite the surrounding Kalimshan desert burning upon your scales. You can sense the magic coming off of that core. As you look upon the several tubes that are stretching off of it, you think to yourself, there must be some way to get it going. There must be some way to activate it, but you're not quite sure what it is. As you look into the space, you can hear it going, you think. It is active, isn't it? You can hear the heartbeat that you know about, but you, looking at it in its chromed, shining self, you don't see any indication of life otherwise. There's no light, there's no energy output, you want to say, as you look over the many hoses, tubes, wires, whatever, coming off of the chrome core of this thing. You can throw me investigation to look over the engine. You can throw me investigation to look over the cockpit. You can come up with something else if you want. Your call.
I'm gonna look over the engine.
Okay, throw me investigation. 16 or better.
Oh shit! I only got an 8.
As you begin to look over the various bolts upon it, you undo a couple of them, and you see a bit of a fissure start to emanate. You can throw me dexterity plus proficiency to tighten that back up.
8.
Struggling with it for the brief moment, the fissure continues, and the scalding air that bursts from it causes you 4 burnination damage. You can throw me that check again.
12.
As you tighten it down ever so slightly, managing to get the plate slowly closed again, you take another 5 damage as it blasts against you. Eventually it seals. The screw is kind of at an angle, and everything in here is much, much hotter. But you now know that that's probably not the way to go. As you look back towards the cockpit, and then the rest of the vehicle's frame surrounding you in its twisted glory, what do you do next?
Look over the cockpit.
Throw me investigation.
5. This is getting worse.
Anybody got an inspiration? Or can we inspire him?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll inspire him.
I'll try not to waste it. I have a +3. I think the car's gonna end up blowing up on me. There we go, 22.
Yeah.
Do it for Orion.
As you sit there, burnt, and hearing the fellow's voice echo away, telling you you're no Mechanai Black Thumb, you look down into the footwell, and remembering yourself, and frustrated at this point, I imagine. I'm not sure Barium's demeanor. But
100%.
you quickly twist your massive dragonborn self like a cat would, angling yourself to peer down into the underside of the footwell, where, sighting upon the several tubes leading through, you look to the ignition system. You can throw me dexterity plus proficiency to hotwire the motherfucker.
Oh my god, another net one. Oh, shit.
Alright, can I give an inspiration?
Yep.
You sure you don't want to waste it? You guys are in a fight.
Well, the only way it's a waste is if you manage to get another one. I'm curious.
Dude, you're gonna blow up, dude.
Probably. I should have said goodbye.
Maybe the old man was right. Shit.
He's got a rig like Mad Max, it just blows up.
There's a 20 plus proficiency is 23.
Huzzah!
There you go.
As you grab a hold of some of the wires for a brief moment, you can feel the humming in your fingertips and realize, nope, that's not the one. And reach for the other one. And grabbing a hold of it, using your dragonborn claws, snip it and rig it. And to your sudden shock, with the key cranked over and the wires meeting, you hear a winding noise as something hums to life and the whole of the machine rumbles. A moment later, you hear a puff, an expulsion, and the whole of the machine vibrates before settling into a rhythmic lope. The Phoenix is on. As it fires to life all around Barium, sitting upside down in the footwell, your legs up, your head underneath the dash, you sight out towards the open doorway, because you had to open it to get yourself twisted about. You can see and hear, you can hear over the horizon, where you can see the clear skies amidst the pillars of junk, the massive golem, angrier than it was before, as it screeches loudly, as if it recognized something just now. What do you do?
Let's see if I could possibly drive this thing out of here since it's running.
As you
Investigate how to run it.
look around this vehicle, this frame of it for a moment, you realize that most of the mangled damage in the frame is at the top half. The whole of the machine's upper portion is completely destroyed by the golem, and it's been somewhat crushed by the weight of the collapsing building around it. But despite this, it seems relatively intact, from the wheels to the top of the doors. You look about the cockpit, you recognize the standard gear. There's a wheel on this one instead of the twin sticks, and there is a large stick in the center of the platform. Seems to be a bit of a pathway from the opposite side of the vehicle leading to the back of it, but it's very sleek otherwise. As you look upon the driver's seat, seeing the stick and the wheel, you look down to see the pedals where they ought to be. What do you do?
Attempt to see if I can shift it into gear, assuming it has gears.
You hop into the Phoenix, plant your foot, massive, clawed, dragonborn honor, into the clutch, and throw the gear forth. As you feel it wrench into action, lurching forth, rubble and steel falling away from the frame as it rolls forth, to your surprise and amazement, the phoenix rises and flares away. Puffing and popping massive amounts of flame out its exhaust as it froths smoke, popping and puffing, the massive engine inside it produces power quickly as you stamp down the throttle, and it takes... As you burst into the roadway, you look over towards your left, and the camera pans from your eyeball where it shows the massive reflection of the massive form of the massive metal junk golem, raging up over the mounds of metal that make up the junkyard, as it comes to close the distance upon you from however far away. I'm just loading the, there we are, the soundboard here, so I apologize for the lag, if any. But with that said, Barium, you roar out into the main drag amidst all the rubble, now piloting the Phoenix in its mangled glory. The frame is relatively decent as you are able to steer it without too much difficulty, although there is some pull to the left. That said, it's got rubble all over itself from the building collapsing around it, and the cockpits more or less torn open, so the thing's kind of a convertible with wild pieces of metal hanging off it. But that said, as you haul ass out into the roadway, you can throw me a pilot check, and that's going to be a strength or dexterity check plus proficiency. Your call.
Both the same, so let's roll a strength.
What fucking
12.
music is this? Sorry, I'm just wondering what fucking music is this that it's playing for me.
This dice could be a little friendlier tonight.
So what'd you roll?
It's a 9 plus 3 is a 12.
12? That's alright. As you roll out into the roadway, that is the center dusty path of the junkyard, sighting upon the beast behind you, you manage to avoid smashing into any piles of junk or crashing, wrecking yourself against anything, and steer carefully out towards where you can now open her up and hopefully get away from the impending destruction chasing after you, screaming all the way. The camera cuts from there away to show the large rooster tail of dirt behind the Phoenix, the massive rooster tail of dust and junk flying behind the junk golem heading towards the Phoenix, and the surrounding protests and whatnot that make up the sprawl of Teshburl as we stretch out and then sight down upon the compound of the old De La Vega family. As we roll initiative, actually, because I erased everything off the board. Sorry, guys. I don't think we actually rolled initiative that last session.
No, we didn't roll it.
No.
Well, it is one of those sessions tonight, gentlemen. From the get-go.
I just need a scene, riding down the road, just fucking screaming my lungs out.
In terror at the living pile of junk chasing you. Go, 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 go!
Stay away from us, please.
I just need to.
Don't bring that here.
That's for Orion, you son of a bitch.
That's a different voice. That was a variant.
Oh wait. Oh my bad. Wait a minute. That was a voice.
He got shocked a couple times.
Well, let me do that one more time.
That's for Orion, you son of a bitch.
There we go.
It actually sounded like Starscream from Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
Did my roll come through?
I doubled that. Garnet went through.
See, yeah, I see.
Barry, Garnet, and Bjorn.
I see lad.
I accidentally rolled twice, but my first
Yeah.
roll was 21.
So we got Sorth,
Yeah.
Garnet, Bjorn, and
Lad, you
Yolandi.
doubled rolled as well.
Well, I mean, I've got advantage on it. It didn't help me.
Oh.
I just didn't see it in the Discord. I was like, oh, is it not going through? But yes, I rolled twice because I now have advantage on all initiatives, and then I wasted it by rolling shit. 13, by the way, Dooley. 13.
All right, terrific stuff.
Initiative +2 with advantage of 13. Not an actual 1. Granted.
So, Sorth, what did you have?
I got 21.
21 for Sorth. Man, it's been a while since I wrote initiatives. 13 for Laz. Bjorn.
What? Shit. Sorry. I had it.
No worries. I gotta fix my cameras further.
Oh. 4.
Fantastic. Setting the pace. Barium.
Bringing up the rear.
I'll be back here, fellas.
I didn't know you wanted me to roll.
Oh, sorry. Yes, please do.
Got a 20.
See. Garnet.
I got 21.
21 as well. Sorth or Garnet? Who's going first?
Sword.
Garnet can go first.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, go ahead.
Garnet, it is. The other Gungajin and the others go on your turn as well. I really don't care. If you want to control them, you can. Otherwise, I will. And Yolandu.
I got 12.
Yolandu with a 12. And with that said, we get nice and average dungeon. And then Garnet, it is time to be a hero.
Alright, I am ready.
The camera pans high to show you down low with your companions within the alleyway of the fenced area. You can see that there is a camel, non-threatening. There's also Sophie up top. You don't know who that is. Actually, no. You don't know who that is. But you do know who this guy is. This fucker right here.
Who's that guy?
Well, actually, you don't know him personally. You just know he's
I might know
the...
him.
As you sight upon his large sash... Where's my... all my notes. I thought I gave this guy a name.
Insert name here.
Right?
Doesn't matter. Smoke the camel. Throw all of them off.
Yeah, right. That was my favorite camel!
Just decap it.
Running guns blazing just for the camel, then bug out.
I expect
Man,
you guys to step it up now, too.
Says the man sucking up the group of inspirations.
Yeah, don't forget who inspired you.
Yeah, I was given those inspirations. I didn't ask for them.
To be fair, you're the only one that can drive, so we kind of needed you.
I'll fix
I've
them.
hauled Laz drove before.
That's true. Laz can drive.
I don't think he likes your driving.
So,
Laz doesn't like his driving.
you recognize the guy up there as the alleged leader of this chapter of the Scarabs. These fellas have some sort of plan, some sort of evil doings that they're planning on taking out upon Teshboro. This individual that you've heard of has some sort of penchant for the macabre and necromantic things. Although he is not magically capable of himself, he recruits and contracts with several illicit affairs. With that said, such is as much as you know of this fella. Although, bottom line is, you can either take him out or take him in and talk to him, ask him things, find out more.
So I know this guy. Like I personally know him, or
you know him as you know him as a person of interest, a dude of interest to take in, take down, one or the other.
Okay, so yeah, I know he's an important individual, and okay,
yeah.
And he's standing, like I can see him within sight. I didn't really see where you pointed.
So he's standing right here, aside Sophie.
Okay, and they're up top the wall there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll look up towards him, and then I'll look back at the crew. That one there! We gotta take him in. I've been looking for him. Let's get him, boys. And then I'll start to make my way around that wall, towards, I guess, the camel.
All right. Where's my ruler? You easily close the distance upon the camel. As you come up within 5 feet of it, you make me a dex save to avoid getting spat upon. It groans loudly and suddenly unleashes a furious gel projectile.
21.
Soft and sticky, it sails past you and slams into the sand. Love you.
I thought we were going to find out it was an undead camel, given the lead-in.
Do I have any movement left?
No, that's literally 6. Do you have 25 feet or 30 feet?
I actually have 40 feet.
Oh. Well, in that case, you can make it to the other side of the camel there.
It's a fast dwarf.
Okay, and then I'll, before I end my turn, I'll look around. Do I see more enemies? Do I see a way up the wall?
As you rush into the opening of the courtyard, the camera pans around to show you the whole of the scene as it is. The massive giant in the center eyes towards you as you rush out. He turns towards where you're standing and you see the massive cart loaded with the massive canisters. As the camera pans up and overhead to show the many soldiers aligned with the bits of cargo, and finally the cabin in the distance, statuary, and finally the archers. So many archers. The camera comes back to nestle on where you stand, showing cover off to the right, and yet more soldiers. The compound's buildings, dilapidated, rotting, full of holes, missing walls, stretches away for a ways. Stretches a ways and a ways. Actually, this should be like this.
I'll take a brief look around, and then I'll kind of breathe heavily and crack my knuckles, and then say under my breath, "It's game time."
Almost in kind, your companions up top shout down with honor, speed, strength. The dwarves from on high stand at the ready. You're one dude across from several dwarves. Do you care what they do? I mean, otherwise I can autopilot them.
No, I don't really care what they do. I'll let out a little like bird call, like a, and that'll kind of be like the signal for them to commence.
Right on. Sweet. Gunga lets out a little something similar to scorpion farts, echoing on the wind, and leaps in towards these guys. All come in upon one after the next. They're gonna. I mean, really, unless they're gonna really fuck this up. We'll see how these rolls go. Wow, they're sucking bag. Oh, here we go. Here's some hits. Oh, now me. Not making up for it. Oh, not made up for it. With that said, last guy will come in and Alright, so we got like a nat 20, 2 hits. This guy's gonna get beat the fuck up, thrown back, and then as he's about to maybe survive. Let's see if this camera can actually see what's gonna happen over there. This last guy's gonna send him down. As the camera pans back towards, showing from overhead, the whole of you guys in the scene as it is, the camera pans upon Sorth. How'd you do?
Yeah. Okay, so who's above me on that ridge there? Is that Sophie and the wannabe necromancer dude?
Sophie and the wannabe necromancer? Oh, hang on one second.
Yeah, on up.
One second. Take my toothbrush and use that one with a new head. With a new head. His toothbrush didn't work. It's one of those rechargeable ones, and it just burned out, so it overran. Or battery operated, not rechargeable ones. Cheap pieces of shit.
You know, toothbrushes are kind of like escalators. Like when they're out of order, you can still use them.
Yeah, it's true. Still, you want a motorized one, as far as I'm concerned. Sorry, where are we? Sorth, what up? Camera there. Yep.
So yeah, Sophie's right above us.
Sophie is right above you.
Okay, but couldn't we see her from down here?
Yeah. She's looking down at you guys.
Oh. Well, I actually know her, so I'm not gonna shoot at her yet. I'm gonna go to where that bin-looking thing is, right on the corner of the wall, just before we get to the camel.
Okay.
Can I see any archers from that corner?
You actually can. From where you're covered, there's those guys up there.
Alright, I'm gonna take that guy. Or try to at least. This button. Here we go. Or maybe not. Oh, I got a 16 to hit.
Nice.
Oh. Is
it is.
Awesome.
This is the dude next to Sophie, right,
shoot.
Sorth?
No, I'm attacking the archers across the way. And I got a total of 20 damage. Jesus.
Ooh.
No, actually, it shouldn't be 20. No, because they triggered Colossus later, but that guy took no damage yet, so it's only going to be 14. I don't know why it gave us that. Okay.
Okay, no, you still got it. Alright.
Yeah, 14 damage off that guy.
That's fine.
Off the first attack. And is there a second guy I can see?
Yeah, there's 2 of them in parallel.
Alright, well, I'm going to attack the same guy so I actually get the Colossus later this time. I'll hit him for 22 to hit this time.
Hits.
And now we can actually. Okay, now that's 21 damage. Jesus.
He gets pegged. As the arrow slams into his skull from the side, the whole of him just topples in one straight motion, like you were hinged at the feet, down into the ground. His companion next to him watches him collapse, and then sights over towards where the shot might have come from.
I'm gonna drop behind that cover now.
Love you so much. You gonna have a good night? Yeah. Alright. Love you? Yeah. Yeah, that's twice now. Sorry. As you were.
Sorth is gonna duck behind that cover.
That sounds fine. You do so. Hunching down. Oh, the whole of the building. Hunching down. Oh, come on. Come on. Up, you fucker. Alright. Hunching down, as it were, undercover. The camera pulls backwards to show you as such. Pulling backwards further. Wire. Oh man, I need wireless, I tell you. A wonderful world. Where are we? From there, over to you. Laz. That was you? Camera pulls back to show Laz, and then thrusts forth as you sight upon the tiefling fellow ahead. Do you know who I am? He shouts out towards you as he pulls a blade with a flourish from his belt. He then pulls another blade from his belt, and another blade from his belt. Well, that might be too many, but anyway. The two of them, in rapid succession, prepare themselves as you...
Yeah, there's no flourishing with this one. Like, Les was already pissed off coming into this. Like, just fucking both barrels straight at the tiefling. There's none of this going on. Like, you take your fucking dagger of many daggers and shove it up your ass. So Les already went into rage last round, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I recall.
Yep.
So yeah.
Like a psychotic Jack in the Box.
Yeah, pretty much that's about where we're at. So yeah, we're gonna go a little ape shit here. We are raging. We are gonna go to Great Weapon Master, and we're going to go reckless on the first shot, because why the fuck not? And roll to hit first max.
Shit.
Okay, first one is 16 plus 6, which is 22, and that's not even the advantage yet. Oh no, I have to mellow it out, right? Because I get advantage on one, and the other one I lose it on, right?
Yeah, the first attack is the one you get advantage of.
So the first one's the one I hit. So it's 22, and then minus 5, so why am I brain hurting right now? 17.
17 points of damage?
No, 17 is the roll.
To hit.
Minus 5 penalty.
Just hits.
Just hits. I'll take just hits.
You rush in upon him as his darkened, dour face, with a slight smirk, looks up, and the smirk falls away. He thrusts up with one of his blades defensively as you crash down into him, like with the force of a whole avalanche, bringing all the steel to bear. It crashes into him with such a force as he punches himself in the face and cuts himself across the shoulder, slashing down through his own armor. The best he can do is scream out as he rolls away, the whole of himself crumpled under the massive force of your muscles.
So that is 21 points of damage for the first attack.
Yeesh. With that, the camera pans to show you what?
So is he down?
No.
Is he no longer an imminent threat to me? I've got the other dude with his blade of many blades.
As you close the distance upon him and smashed into him, he still stands a moment later, bleeding from the one side down, a clear cut through the whole of him, but still ready to bear.
Yeah, we're going to continue on with that guy then. He's still standing. Try and strike fear in the other guy while we're at it. So, shot number 2 is a 19 plus 6, or 25.
25 hits.
And so we're going to roll. Is 7 plus 3 plus 2 is 12 more points of damage to that gentleman.
This time around, he manages to catch himself against your steel. Although he grunts as he deflects himself off, he pushes away such that he avoids most of your blades. Still seeing this and enraged, you follow through with instinct, the whole of your weight managing to punch him directly across the side of his head. He spins, pureeing away. You can see you've dizzied him, but he lands just out of reach as he thrusts in, coming in towards you. Yolandu. Oh, hang on. Anything else to declare, sir?
No. I mean, those are pretty much my actions. There's nothing else I can do there. I mean, if he's down and out, I mean, now I just got to worry about the threat that's now off to my right.
He is not. This guy's still standing.
Jesus Christ! All right.
The camera pans up and overhead, showing the whole of the scene once again as we land in upon where Yolandu, situated in the alley. What do you do?
Just to be sure, nobody sees me yet, right?
You're standing in broad daylight. Sophie and the fellow standing next to her, although you don't know Sophie. There's a woman and a duder situated atop, A wall looking down towards you. They absolutely see you.
Is there, are there any gates nearby? Some medical gates?
There's the door directly behind you. Otherwise, you are in a bit of an alleyway.
From my vantage point, I don't see any guards, right?
I'm sorry? From your vantage point, you don't see any what?
Guards.
You see... like, your own guards? Like, guards of the city?
Hostiles.
There's lots of hostiles. You see the two primary ones on the wall right here. You know of the existence of the archers. You don't readily see any, no.
No cover in the alleyway?
I will say there is some old bric-a-brac, some chairs, crates over here, in a pile. There's some old residue and shit. Actually, hold on. I should do this. Do this. Alright, there we go. That's a little better. That said, there's minimal cover here in terms of, from people overhead. But if you wanted to retreat into the alleyway some, you could, potentially cover yourself from anything coming this way. Although there's nobody over here. So you're in this alleyway, and it's clear until you get around the corner. There's cover on the far side against this crate. Against that stack of crates, I should say.
Can I fire against one of the archers?
Can you fire against one of the archers? If you wanted to get into line of sight of the archers, yes, you could. Do you want to do so?
Like, moving up against that wall ahead of me. But I see them.
Right here.
I'm right here. Yeah.
You're right here.
So going up against that wall right there. Up to the edge.
So going up to here?
No, the wall, the two people standing on top.
Oh, over here?
Yes.
Okay, you gotta go all the way around to get there.
Oh wait. Oh, I thought I was this guy.
I can't see who you're pointing at, yo.
I'm talking to myself. Okay,
This virtual nose picking. Yeah.
I'm just gonna follow my teammates to my newfound camaraderie. I trust them with my life now because they saw me fall flat on my face with the horse and all that.
That's deep, yo. That's the kind of storytelling we do around here.
This is the way. This is the way.
That's right. That's right.
I want you to know, Sora laughed.
I blindly just follow the man in heavy armor, just rushing straight out, gun toting, shooting at the first enemy I see.
Okay. All right. Sorry. So where are you going anyhow? Are you following Sorth? Is that what you said, or are you?
No, Bjorn.
You're following Bjorn. Okay.
Moved.
So
Yeah.
he's just gonna operate on your move. That's fine. So as you said, you'll move and shoot the first thing you see. That's cool. So as you look towards Bjorn, your companion aside you, looking for his motives before you decide your actions, the camera pans upon the illustrious, the stoic, the staunt. Staunt? No, I can't remember that. Anyway.
Staunch.
Staunch? Staunchy? Stocky? The camera pans up overhead and then zooms in upon, showing one of the archers preparing, and then another archer preparing, and then overhead, the whole of the field, as the one rushes into position, And oh, Jesus. Come on, wires. Work with me. No! Anyhow. Did I get that? Yeah, got it. As the camera pans to show the targets in the distance. Come on, work with me. No. Bastard. There it is. Aha! With that said, he runs into position. This guy runs into position. This guy runs into position. The camera pans to show them all lined up and ready to fire as they open up upon the infiltrators in the alleyway. Bjorn, you lucky bugger. As you catch the attention, looking like a barbershop pole on legs, the archers open fire towards you, one after the next. I think one is going to hit with a 14 plus 6 for 20. Does that hit you?
That ties.
Ties?
So, no.
Ties go to the
Defender, right?
Attacker? Attacker. Oh my gosh. Why is this even a question? Holy crap. How long have we played this?
Pretty sure it goes to Defender.
I goes to the Defender. Woo. Them's the rules.
Wasn't even close.
Yes.
That's an arrow stuck in his eye hole. Just missed.
Yeah, it's just sticking out this far.
What? It may be the first thing you Google, but I don't think that's actually correct.
It's from D&D Beyond, unless they're lying.
Is it? Is it from D&D Beyond?
It is from D&D Beyond.
Okay. As he...
I do research for a living. I learned how to Google pretty well.
No, actually, I Googled it, and then, like, the second row is, this is a fallacious lie. I was like, what's going on here?
That's Reddit. They're a bunch
Man,
of
this feels all
sickos.
Bernstein right now. What the fuck? Okay. What the hell?
Okay, that's mod people.
I swear to God, when you hit a goblin who is like
Yeah.
however much AC,
I think it goes to the person rolling.
yeah, tie goes to the person rolling. Like if you have a DC for a saving throw or an AC on a creature and you hit the AC, you hit the creature. That's how it is. That's how it's always been.
So like if you roll for a save, you tie, you get the save because you rolled. That's what I'm getting so far out of this.
Yeah, it's always been like that.
Okay. Yeah, you think it'd say in the section of rules called the armor class, but apparently not there. See, now I'm reading it from the handbook.
Yes.
Yeah, the form entry said defender, but that's a form entry.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's
Grappling shot.
tie goes to the attacker, gentlemen. Always has.
Ah. Oh, the roller.
Yeah,
Yeah,
always
I think
has.
it just goes to the roll. Yeah.
So with that said, the one arrow manages to hit and does 4 points of piercing damage as it manages to just penetrate against the plating in your arm guard. As it scrapes slightly against, a moment later you snap it off and shake the now relatively harmless arrowhead out of the sleeve. It clatters into the sand, and the other arrows pelting against the wall harmlessly ricochet into the sand, smashing their bits across. The camera pans against the whole of the scene as Sophie up top, Miss De La Vega, looks down towards the whole of you, and looking upon Bjorn's face, simply says, "I know you. Who are you? You are from Dashed Jan," she finally says after a moment. "What are you doing here?" The robed fellow next to her simply says, "What are you doing holding concert here?" He pulls his hand cannon from his belt and pulls the hammer back, looking at it, and then slides it forth, and a moment later spins the revolver cylinder, and then levers this massive lever on the side a couple times, and then cranks a crank on the side of the barrel a number more, and then finally lights a fuse on the barrel end. The camera continues to pan and shows the giant moving. Yeah! Meanwhile, we also have the dudes in the back who are going to sight upon the scene, taking sort of tactical positions as they might. This guy runs forth here. This guy's going to run to cover there. And this guy's going to run to cover there. He can't really stand there because, of course, scene design. While this guy, he runs inside. Meanwhile, we also have Archer there. I was going to say archers, but we don't. And those guys there. All right. Cool. As the giant rolls in towards, we will take a massive swing at the small dwarf. Small in size, but not in heart, don't you know? I got a whole bunch of... No, that's not what I want. I want D&D Beyond. Please and thank you. It's in here, I swear to God. Hey, and giant. Thank you. Oh my goodness, what was that? I don't know what I expected. Let's try that again. Boom. Uh, 13 and a 14 plus 9 apiece. So 13 plus 9 for 22 and 23 respectively.
Alright, those will hit.
Shit, I just looked at it and I totally forgot the, right, okay. Uh, 9 and 5 for 14. And then 14 plus 2 plus 6. So 22 plus, what did I say? 16? 14?
Yeah, plus 14.
So 22 and 14 for 36 points of damage. As the giant rolls in upon the stone skin monk, crashing down into his diminutive form with his massive, powerful fists, crashing in upon him and wailing down, delivering massive impact upon the poor form of the dwarven monk. As each incredible strike causes huge damage upon you, the camera pans along to show the body of the fallen soldier there, as your monk friends regard the few just up ahead. So these guys there, I'm going to come around to deal with them. That guy moved into there. This guy's actually going to rush down into here. And as he does, the camera's going to pan along, up overhead, as we hear a... As the camera sights upon the monks, who look down and see this fellow calling the pack of dogs that comes rushing in. Camera pans along to show him back up and sight around the corner. And then finally, he's going to settle back over here. As we watch the tiefling suddenly disengage. You haven't heard the last of Crowman, you dumb ape. I'll show you what it means to be fierce and strong. And he rushes backwards, running away, and then a moment later, he flashes through the ether, disappearing.
An attack of opportunity? Is he...
Disengaging.
Oh, fuck.
He is also going to Misty Step for effect. as he leaps away further, rushing as he does to get the fuck away from you. Meanwhile, this fellow squares off as he pulls out his blades and looks towards you and says, "It's time to earn my keep, I suppose." And he rushes in towards you. Taking 2 quick swings, he opens up towards, the first of which you easily catch upon your blade as he rolls a 6+ bonus, but you don't see the 19+ come about towards your midsection a moment later. As it rails against you, he pulls against, and you feel the serrated edge of the strange blade cut hard for 6+6 for 12 slashing damage. Split down, of course, because of your rage, to 6.
Take that.
So with that said, he carves you. Also, the archers open up on nobody. They hang on. Actually, no, that one archer, can he get line of sight from that?
I don't think so. Like I was underneath that little covered bridge area, wasn't I?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, no, it's
I'm in
fine.
a real shitty spot for an archer to be.
There's no archers directly parallel to you. It's a hard angle. There's no way. There's ones overhead, but I'm not going to say they're going to Turkish shoot down at you or some weird shit.
Wanted style.
You know what I mean? Oh, that guy, right. This guy and girl here are gonna rush down and run over towards where these guys are, moving into position. As such, they will see where you guys are. The chick there is gonna open up with a crossbow, firing towards Sorth with a 13+6 for 19 against your AC.
I'm under full cover, aren't I?
Half cover from her, we'll say. So actually, you'll get, what is that? 5 to your AC for that, for half cover.
Alright, so that'd be 21.
So she's just gonna miss there. The bolt flies towards you and thumps. Nah, it's really loud. It splits through the wood really loudly. Holy fuck.
Damn.
Let's turn that shit down, eh?
Sword's face is gonna be really wide-eyed, not expecting anything to shoot at him.
The arrow flies into the crates there and smashing against it sends wood splinters flying. As this occurs, the camera's also gonna camera's gonna pan against Sorth. Hi, how are ya? And as it pulls back, we see the fellow with the hand cannon looking towards Sophie as Sophie suddenly grabs a book in her hand and begins to book it. No pun intended. You. Come here, you fucker. Yep. Damn it. So she's on the run. She's got a book in hand. That chick did the crossbow on Sorth. That archer will open up on... Actually, this archer will move. Archer moves over to here. And that's me. This guy will double move, actually. Yeah, this guy will as well. This guy will as well. This guy will as well. Hello. Alright, now that's me. It's over to Bjorn.
Okay. The balcony that guy's standing on, how high up is it?
Approximately 10 feet of wall is in front of you, leading up to the platform.
Alright. I'm gonna use my action to activate my boots of jumping.
Done.
And I'm gonna launch myself up there.
Right on.
Because I can I can jump 18 feet up.
You can. You easily spring up with the grace of a cat, landing astride aside him. As you find yourself standing aside, he holds the hand cannon steadily next to his face and looks upon you, not saying a word, as he awaits yours.
Suggest you call up your men.
I suggest you
You
get
and the
foxed.
ballistic proof that won't touch me.
Ha! Who wants to touch you? You smell of camel dung. You look like you were bitten by fleas. What is this I see before me? This strange thing, red, white, blinding. You have a message for the world before we put you down?
I'd like to see you try.
That is your message? You will be remembered for it. I am Yurash Ghul. I will be your executioner.
As he says that, can I pop one in his knee?
On your turn.
Okay.
Oh wait, which is now. Terrific stuff. You follow his lead, seeing that you can't jump that high. You're gonna run where? You run into the position where you can shoot him, that guy in the knee? Whatever it takes.
What would that be?
Behind the camel.
Yeah.
You rush in behind the camel, past Sorth, taking aim, you fire. Roll me a d20.
I got a 14.
As you fire towards, you watch as he quickly moves out of the way, simply stepping to the side as the bullet travels through his robes harmlessly. He looks over towards you, and then looks back towards Bjorn. One of yours?
Can I action surge for that?
Yep. Fuck it, sure.
Dice has never failed me once. Okay, I got the same score.
Terrific. You fire twice, each shot going just astride where he stands as you do your best not to hit your companion.
Face palm.
As he looks over towards you, and then looks back towards Bjorn, he cranks the barrel, pulls the lever, spins the cylinder a bunch, and then relights the fuse. And says, "You'll die for that." And from there the camera pans against Bjorn's face. You've jumped up next to him. You guys have exchanged pleasantries. What would you like to do now? He's clearly a pleasant fellow, clearly. And all the same sort of things as you. Actually, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't 2 now one. It could have been a lot worse.
So I say we wait for Barry to bring the golem and then just sit back and relax.
Yeah, that'd work pretty well.
I wonder how many people are gonna shoot me now that I'm out in the open.
We should, like.
Well, right now you're next to the ragdoll that used to be Garnet getting the sheep beat up by the giant, so.
I mean,
it's either that or the camel spitting on you.
I was gonna say, I feel like the camel's gonna have like toxic spit or something. I'm so taking that on the bus.
Camel for food?
Oh yeah.
Food motivated.
Damn right, survival.
Alright, I want to add a picture. That's a gift, that's not what I want.
Does that guy have advantage on his attack rolls?
You should have disadvantage if he's shooting ranged at me.
Yeah, because you're what, 5 feet in front of him, right?
Yeah.
Then yeah, it shouldn't be disadvantage. Sean, you gotta get clips of the mountain from Game of Thrones to be Laz.
You know, I've been trying to figure out who else to go with, and I keep getting some of the, what do you call it ones? Like the I blew myself meme, and then I want to make it match like how awful this whole situation is. But that is a good one, like the mountain and him just crushing that guy's skull.
Oh yeah.
But here you go. This is what I think of when I hear him describing how the gun works on this dude. So if I recall, Sophie presented herself as being the sister or the daughter or something like that, and then got a key.
Same as his. So.
Yeah, you just gotta get what's the bat's name? Lucille or something?
Lucille, yeah. I got a baseball bat in the closet just in case anybody ever broke into the house, so probably use that.
You live in Canada, that doesn't happen. What are you talking about?
I'm always ready, man.
Have you ever seen the size of the moose?
Yeah. Yeah, moose or a bear.
It's not what's inside your house that you should be worried about.
I did it for Orion. He's looking down on me.
You pulled it off.
Felt a couple inspiring moments. Not sure where they came from, but you know.
I gotta start building my haunted house this week.
Haunted houses.
We do a haunted house and in the yard for all the neighborhood kids.
That's awesome.
We gotta get through it this week.
That was the best parts about Halloween, were people that did haunted houses.
Yeah, it's really not as bad as like you think it is. Like we took a 20 by 20 tent and just kind of make almost like a drop ceiling out of it. You know, we run a pretty thick like jute cord across in like 3-foot squares, and then we kind of map out whole course through. So you come in through one door and you got to make your way all the way out through the other one, and then it's just running wiring, some speakers, and it's for little kids. I mean, I'm not looking to do anything massive. Like it's for kids that up through like age 10 or 12, like just for them to be proud of having gotten through it.
Mm.
But we're in a new neighborhood, so I actually have to do it well this year. But I've got my spiderweb gun, which I'm fucking excited about. I've got this like hot glue gun that hooks up to my air compressor, and you just keep fucking feed glue sticks into it, and you just cover shit, and it just looks like spiderwebs everywhere. And it's like you can get it so stringy that like when you walk through it, like it's just it gets on you enough that it bothers you. Oh, that sounds awful. Yeah. Oh, it's fucking great.
That's super great. Yeah.
Yeah, we made one of those uneven walkways last year where like it looks like an old wood bridge. You know, you put all these pieces together, have them strung together with rope, and then you hit it with a blowtorch to make it all look burnt and old and beat up. And then you put unevenly cut pieces of foam underneath, so when you step on it, like you're not really quite sure what's going on. And so when you do that in the dark, and then you have like 2 or 3 things pop up at you while you're fucking unbalanced, it really screws with you.
That sounds cool, honestly.
I'm not saying we try and get kids like to cry, but
It helps.
it does happen.
Yeah.
But the loudest screamers of all things, it's really funny. Like the ones that are the loudest and the most high pitch are like 12 to 14-year-old dudes. Like the girls get through it and like they kind of yell a little bit here and there, but they don't go crazy. But like for some reason, like the preteen dudes just yell super loud. Yeah, we had a design a year back where we had a secret passageway in for the adults. So like if your kids were going in, like the dad would like run around to the side and like go in there and like screw with his kids. And we had all these pictures, like these framed pictures that were on the walls. And a lot of them you just walk by and they had like a strobe light on them, and like, you know, like, as you walk past, like, it would look normal, and then it was one of those lenticular pictures where as you went past it would change. But a couple of them were designed so that they would pop open, and so the dads could like reach a hand out and like grab their kid from behind. Oh, dude, I've never seen. I saw a kid literally crawling the last 20 feet out of the haunted house. Like he was on the ground, just like, let me out. Let's hands and knees. And the dad is just like in tears, chasing his poor kid out. So we have to come up with this year's thing. I ordered a new animatronic for this year to add to it, so we're hoping we can. This one's like a prisoner that's in an electric chair and starts like jumping around.
Man, they had one that was kind of scary. It was like a doghouse, but instead of a dog coming out, it was like the chick from The Grudge or whatever. That scared the shit out of me. It's not what you expected to come out of a doghouse.
I think I've got a video that's from last year. I think that we took a walk through. And I gotta find one of those we can share with you guys.
Sorry, gents, as we were.
Yeah, so I used my action to activate the boots, so I'm just gonna raise my shield and face him.
Alright. You prepare for the worst. As he cranks his pistol with glee, relighting the so, as the beam's falling away from his mouth, the knuckle down and misses his head, still using there stands your companion,
Shoot me if you want to. Then, Stoneskin comes out of nowhere and throws an axe and misses wildly. He's like, what the fuck's going on? And then out of nowhere, he gets dragged out by his feet by this fucking alligator.
Always gotta check the toilets, man.
The scene is awesomely playing out.
As this all takes place, the scene pauses with the fellow's face looking upon. And, sorry, I gotta change up the music for a moment here. Now we, skipped a turn last round, if nobody noticed. That happened. And while that happened... No, it's not the one I wanted. It is this one. Is it this one? No, it's really not this one. Actually, I guess it is the other one. Fuck it, we'll go with this one over here. As, right on. As the scene pauses upon the fellow's face, a little bit of a shriek of surprise coming from him as Sorth pulls him down to his level. Sorth wraps his claws around his neck, preparing to warn him should he feel the need to do something stupid. With that in mind, we suddenly hear the humming of a familiar sound, a humming of a powerful sort, a humming coming from an engine. At high RPM, we hear the thing humming so loudly, and we suddenly see a chromed core vibrating with a glowing coming from the seams of the plating. As the camera pulls back to show the winds blowing over Barium's face, dusts and junk flapping past and clattering across the hull of the machine as it screams forward, the bent, twisted arms of the once frame overhead that made the canopy of the Phoenix tearing away in the air. We watch as the golem speeds towards him in behind. Having taken a full turn of driving so far, throw me a pilot check on this. This thing is something else. As the humming hurtles you forth, dust and dirt, screaming up behind the Phoenix, you feel it tight against the ground. As you twist the wheel this way and that, you have no issue moving this way and that, as you wish, moving at such speed in this small space. You don't know quite where the exit is, although you feel you should. You feel you're going the right way. This is the way. There's only one way, right? You frantically look behind you for a moment to see the golem hurtle itself, leaping over the junk piles, landing amidst them as it suddenly seems to skating forth, sending huge waves of junk in either direction. As you look forth, you make another pilot check to twist down a long corridor, as the whole of the road simply undulates back and forth, up and down, around, towards, you hope, the exit. So, strength or dexterity and proficiency. 13 or better.
11.
As you ricochet against one of the side walls of the roadway, an avalanche of junk crashes down behind you. As the roaring engine revs some, and you hold the throttle down best you can, braking such that you don't completely crash. In the rattling and jarring, junk smashing down against you, you do your best to push it away, but it carves and cuts against you for 6 damage as huge pieces of metal crash down from overhead. The Phoenix continues to roar, humming ever so loudly in behind you, the whole of the machine vibrating so rhythmically. The mechanized engine, outputting power gleefully. As you continue to hurtle forth, you suddenly watch with horror in the reflections of the many plates of the Phoenix to see behind you the huge golem leap down and crash into the metal with fury behind, rivering through like a shark headed for its prey. It comes to close upon as it hurtles a massive chunk of some metal thing towards where you drive. With a 12 plus bonus for 18 against your AC, does it hit?
Yep.
As it crashes against the Phoenix's hull, it's going to be 2... the Phoenix takes 12 plus 6 for 18 points of damage. I'll note it here. The Phoenix takes 18 points of damage.
How much health does it have?
Good question. We'll find out in a bit. Or maybe we won't yet. You haven't really had time to look it over. You're not quite sure which it can take. Point being, you drive with fury, with honor, for your legacy. With the legacy of the De La Vegas. And as you drive, hurtling forth with the dust and the dirt and the junk and the screaming of the golem behind you as it gets ready to attack again, focused forth, you remember Ricardo, once upon a time, screaming at the bus as he pulled the levers, one to and fro. And as your foot hammers down against the chrome on chrome, bringing it to the metal, floor to the metal, claw to the floor, and away you go. As fast as you can as the camera just wipes. And scene. Over to you. With the next person is Laz. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Combat. All right, terrific. As we focus in upon camera coming around to show Laz squaring off with. Hang on, it's like this.
Well, Misty Stepper is gone, so it's just me and the dude in the long leather coat.
Right. This is totally awesome. Totally graceful, yeah. So you guys are kind of like jockeying for position, getting ready to attack and shit.
As an aside, like if you try and look up funny pictures of people in axe attacks, you get a lot of crazy shit. Like a lot of people apparently attack people with axes.
Ew, dude, couldn't even
Not a lot of
imagine.
things I could post like send out there to people, but like there were like 9 stories about a woman walking into a 7-Eleven and just fucking attacking people with an axe. It was the craziest shit I've ever gone rabbit hole I've ever gone down.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, like seriously, if you look up like axe attacks, you were trying to like find something funny to like post, and it was like no, like there's a woman walking into a 7-Eleven and just beating the fuck out of people with.
You know, that's funny. Actually, the other day I was looking for people carved up with like axes myself for something funny to post, and there just wasn't anything. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's really hard.
There's nothing good out there. All right, let's do this thing. Like, before it gets weird out here.
Before it gets.
Just asking all the right questions.
All right, as we were.
I gotta go.
How many lists are we on, everybody? So you guys are jockeying for position as you, Lazarus, do what? Do what?
I'm just attacking this dude. I'm going straight at him. Again, it's just like the other guy, like fucking you people again. Yeah,
Just you
straight
people?
attack.
All right.
So it's 18, 12 plus 6, 18.
12 plus 6 for 18 is going to be a direct hit.
Then we have to roll damage.
I mean, you don't have to. We can just, like, I don't know, whatever we feel, right? I feel like 3.
3 plus 3 is 6 plus 2, so we got 8 on the first attack.
8 on the first attack. Jeez. There's more of
8
this?
on the first attack. Yeah, there's the second one. That's just a left-handed swing.
The camera pans against us, you're like, what's up? And shit.
Second one's even better. It's 18 plus 6, so 24. So I'm gonna assume
Jesus.
that hits as well.
No.
I can't even tell what the fuck that landed on. Oh, come on. That looks like a 6. Give me a 2. 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 2 is 7.
I want to inspire him.
Okay, can you inspire a damage roll?
No. What was your total?
Hang on. I tried.
7 on that one.
Brings it up to 15. Right on.
You will do more damage.
As the first swing, enraged, comes sailing down towards him, you expect to crush him as you did the tiefling. But to your dismay, he rolls with the strike, catching it such. Although he does guff out, you manage to follow through once again. He lets out a strain as he pulls his blade from underneath yours, and as he does, you feel his pull and follow through, stepping in and once again wallop into him, delivering a quick strike, once again wallop into your opponent, this time delivering a square strike against this new opponent's head such that you watch him step backwards, confused as to what avalanche might have struck him from where. With that said, is that all of Lazarus?
Yeah, that's it. Is he still standing? I didn't knock him over.
This guy? No, yeah, he's only got 15 damage on him so far.
Fuck.
As the camera pulls backwards, it's gonna sail in towards where Yolandi's situated. As it come on now, pans down to show you, situated aside the camel. It suddenly spits. You can throw me a dexterity check. I think it was a 13 or better. As the jelly substance once again sails towards you.
Save or check?
It's a save. It was a serious save.
Pretty good.
Remember, tie goes to the roller.
Pretty good. I got 6.
Terrific stuff. It spluts into you. And as it does so, it's totally disgusting. It's distracting. Any attack is at disadvantage until you manage to clean it off you. Or it'll dry naturally in 2 rounds.
Do I see anything that can clean it off me?
You just have to devote a round to it.
Oh. Can I do that right now?
Yeah.
Sure. Just gonna swipe it off me. Get my hands all sticky, maybe roll around in the dirt, try to get it off.
That's done. You devote your action to it. You still have a bonus action and a movement.
So I heard the roar of the engine from where am I, right? Or no?
No.
No?
No, barium's in another scene altogether.
Okay. Then I'm gonna try to get away from the this devil camel, and all the way to the boxes over there. I have cover over there, right?
Yeah.
I don't know this kind of like the boxes against the wall.
At the far wall?
Yeah.
Like over here?
Yeah. Can I make it?
Technically no, but I'll allow it. Oh wow, really no. Actually, never mind. I can't allow that. That's 45 feet. That's a double move if you want to do it.
But I don't have a double move, right?
You have a double move.
True?
Oh no, you don't. Sorry, because you used your action. Right. My apologies.
I'll just go back. I'll go back against the where I was. Set up against the wall near the balcony.
You haven't moved yet. You're still there, next to the balcony.
Like I'm next to the camel, though, right?
Oh, I guess so. Well, the camel's next to the balcony too, but you're talking about like closer over to here. Okay, cool.
Like downwards. Yeah.
Done.
And mine turns on them right there.
As you rush out, get spat in the face, you rush backwards, wiping the goop away. With that,
hey, can I take damage from disgust factor?
from the what?
From the disgusting factor, psychological damage.
The giant looks over towards where the dwarf is rushing up. As the young Sophie rushes past her people, double moving over towards the stairs there. Oh shit! To the freaking door. Didn't adjust. Oh, groups. Come here, you. Hoods up. That's not gonna work. Let's try that. Okay, as we were. She rushes away. Giant moves in. This guy's gonna move over towards here. The camel's gonna spit at him. He's gonna make a save. He's gonna fail it. He gets spat in the eye. He stumbles off one direction. That guy right there is going to take a single move in to reach you there. This chick's gonna move to here. This guy's gonna move in next to her. This guy's gonna move to here. And the dogs come out. Meanwhile, these guys are gonna jump down to here. What up? Now they would have taken that descent last turn. So that's where they're going to be. Gunga Jin and his troopers leap down from the building, landing upon the platform leading into the manor where young Sophie runs with the book. The dogs and the master of them rush out towards the courtyard, their baying echoing all around as the many wolves, wolf dog things, desert dogs, whatever they're called, I don't know, rush out with their teeth bared, saliva splashing, and tails flapping. The archers open fire. Looks like one's gonna hit. 2's gonna hit with a 16 plus 6 for 22, and an 18 plus 6 for 24. Shining red and white, presenting just the perfect target, aren't you though? Where's my d8s? 15 points of damage total, plus 4 apiece, so 8, 23 points of damage. 2 arrows sailing away. I feel like I should use... With that, it's my archers. Those guys. Alright. Croman here is going to run to here. Looking back towards. As this guy here is going to make his way. Actually, he's going to run to here. As this guy is going to run to here, and he's going to throw a javelin at the dwarf. With a 6 plus bonus, the javelin sails past you. He's got a strong arm on him, that boy.
What the hell of a fucking javelin?
A missile.
Guy's got an arm.
Peyton Manning.
So, as it goes past, I think that's, oh, right. Comes back around to, of course, this battle. As you guys encircle one another. And coming around, you look towards him as he comes in, thrusting with his blade. He rises up. As you sight upon, you bring the butt of your blade to defend yourself. But he disappears from view, ducking down. And you look down to watch his blade thrust directly up with a natural 20 into your gut. He follows up with a 7 as he tries to carve in. You manage to swat against him, but he pulls the blade free.
What was the total damage on that? I wasn't sure I captured.
It is a...
Fucker.
4 plus 4 for 8 points of damage because you rolled 2.
And then half.
Hey?
And then half because of rage, right?
Yeah, so it's actually 2.
4.
2, 2, 4? What? No. Yeah, 4 plus 4 is 8, so 4. Yeah. Sorry. Could have been a potential 20. Goddamn. Anyway, as he pulls his blade loose, and then looks up into your face, he simply says, "What the hell are you?" Oh, sorry, that's not Crumman. He says, "What the hell are you?" Can't remember his accent. Fuck it. Yeah, that's what he says, though. Anyway, whatever his accent was, I can't remember at this point. As the camera sweeps about, I think that's me. It is. That is me. It is over to Bjorn once again.
Okay. I'm gonna move to the corner of the building closest to the battlefield. And the archers who are shooting at me, they're the guys kind of by the boxes to my right.
Yeah, sorta. I mean, these are the 3 archers, and then this is 1 archer.
Yeah.
And then this is you.
Right. Okay. So opposite side. Are they within 120 feet of me?
They might actually be. Pretty sure they are.
Okay.
That guy is, yeah. And these guys definitely are. You decide to deal with your life.
Okay.
It's
I
been
don't
an
know.
exciting session so far.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with this guy.
Yeah,
I'm just holding him. I don't know what to do from here.
It's kind of your problem.
Pass him on to somebody.
I see a ledge and a threat somewhere in your future.
Alright. Yeah, so I'm gonna shatter. Alright. That's 60 feet. Okay, I'm gonna just call lightning over the battlefield and launch a lightning bolt down at. Sorry. Okay. For my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Gotcha.
And then for my main action, I'm going to hit that guy that starts holding for me with a booming blade.
Alright.
So that will be 19 to hit.
I was like, please don't miss.
19 will hit. This is on the giant, right?
No, this is on the guy starts holding for me.
Oh. That was an advantage, right? That was an advantage for you, Bjorn?
No, I'll try again, see if...
Yeah, that was an advantage for you.
Okay, yeah, that was.
Unless you're working against him, Sorth. Are you working against him?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, you're like, tee off! Okay.
Yeah. 4.
Okay, so that was 6 plus 3 for 9 damage, and then if he tries to move, he'll take another 2d8.
Alright. Sorry, how much? And then another 2d8?
9.
9. He hasn't actually taken damage yet. This was cool. Holy crap. That one sucks. Grab another one. Nice. There we are. As we were. Whoa. Where we at? Bjorn rushes in, delivers on pawn. The poor held fuck. A strong enough strike to call the dead from their graves. With the strength of a storm, of a tidal wave, you smash into the fellow. As your blade strikes against where he stands, the sound wave ricocheting off the flat of it, where you smash, bludgeoning across him. The whole of him vibrates in Sorth's grasp as Sorth does his best to hold on. The whole of him ringing about as if he were a fleshy bell in your hand. That said, from Bjorn, it's over to Garnett.
Okay. So yeah, that guy clearly is not on the roof anymore. My target has escaped somewhat.
Oh man, that's not working at all.
Okay.
Dwarf problems.
Okay, I'm going to let's see. So that giant's still following me? Am I seeing that right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to... Do I have to disengage?
If you want to run, yeah, without getting hit.
Yeah. Okay, I'll disengage again. And I'll continue up the stairs. And stand next to my companion, Bjorn. Maybe companion.
So far.
We still don't know who that axe throne was for.
And I'll kind of go, yeah. I'll kind of go back to back with him. Like our butts are touching.
Ooh. It's
Yeah.
getting weird.
Spicy.
And I'll kind of like stay over my shoulder to him. Listen here, lad. I'm beat up pretty good, so I need your help, alright?
Valkyr helps those who help themselves.
I don't know who Valkyr is, but I know that fucking giant's on the way up here. And he's gonna lay a wallop on us. Unless we can take him down together.
I'll fight with ya.
That's what I like to hear. And with that, I'll take a seat in a monk's position, and I'll start to use wholeness of body.
Okay.
And I'll just start humming really loud, like. And like summoning like all my inner strength and all that, speaking to my cells and healing myself for 18 hit points apparently.
Sorth is gonna look over the guy's shoulder and be like, "What the hell is that sound?"
The power of humming.
There's nothing like a good morning. Then I'll stand back up and brace myself for the coming giant next to Bjorn.
What up? The camera pans shamelessly in to show you in a dramatic pose off, standing against the massive stature of that massive thing before you. And from Garnet, we follow through the same sort of angle on Sorth. As you hold the wriggling, disheveled, ringing form of the individual in your hands, he is unsure of what to make of what's going on, and looks at you and says, "What are you? What tribe do you work for? Do you know what I pay for your tribe's freedom? You unhand me or your whole swamp will be decimated."
So Sorth isn't actually good with talking. I'm gonna attempt to just knock him out, knowing that Garnet actually wants him for something. It's just a d20, yeah?
It's an attack roll, but you're doing subdual damage.
Okay, so it's only 13 to hit.
Unfortunately, that's going to miss. As you go to strike against him, he moves his head out of the way. Come, we can knock, we can talk. Do you want some fish?
Confused by the fact that I couldn't hit him the first time, I'm gonna try again. Oh crap, this was worse. For 4.
As you go to hit him again, you think to yourself, fish? And actually, kind of like just grab him by the scruff, not even hitting him. As you look out towards, fish. How long has it been since you've had a fish? It's been so long. The sound of the ocean. Your friend with the horns, cooking them over the open fire. It's been so long. So long. Anyhow, so, where were we? Where were we? As you grip a hold of the fellow in your hands, looking out towards your companions and the massive roaring figure that's about to smash into them. Let's see. Well, life choices. Are you going to try and move with this guy or anything like that? Forced movement is...
I was going to ask that. Does forced moving trigger booming blade or no?
Nah.
No?
No, he has to move on his own.
Shoot. Alright, I'm going to do something. I'm going to try and take us both off the edge behind cover.
That works.
Okay, let's do that.
It's another grapple check. Hit me.
Is grapple strength or...
It is strength or dexterity. No, sorry, it's strength on your part.
Okay.
It's strength or dexterity on mine.
Okay. Crap. It's a 6.
6 total?
Yep.
Anybody want to inspire that shit?
Yeah, I'll inspire.
Please. Sorth isn't strong, he's agile. Okay, you'll inspire, thank you. Okay, that's much better. 14. Was it enough?
Woo!
Whee! Bye, guys.
You crash down into the ground outside of the camera's view, and as it pulls around to show you down on the ground. No, actually, I'll do it through the motherfucking doorway. Yeah. As it frames you crash down into the ground, taking him with you. He shrieks out in sudden surprise as you guys land down on the ground below. You taking the wind and not just the wind, but possibly the spleen out through his throat. But seriously, as you land, you don't land on him. You land with legs astride him. He's gripped between your claws as you look back behind yourself and see the massive hulking form about to smash into Bjorn and your dwarven pal. But you look out towards the gate and looking around at the yard full of badasses, think to yourself, maybe this is all we needed? I don't know. What did we come here for? What did we come here for?
Sorth has absolutely no idea.
Do any of us know?
I'm kidding. You guys do know why you're here, right?
Sorth wasn't there for that conversation, so he has absolutely no clue.
Okay, fantastic. All right, actually, maybe I'm more accurate than I thought.
Mostly to fight people who attacked me at this point.
That's fair. Live in the moment. That's Sorth. That's a good time. As this is all going on, of course, other things are too. Camera cuts. And we see dust and clattering metal flying over the hull of the Phoenix as Barium does his best to keep it on the straight and the narrow. The pathway in this maze hasn't let up. As you continue to twist this way and that, throw me another pilot check to open it up. Doing
plus 3 would be 19.
Doing expertly, you manage to keep it in high gear, speeding through the turns, sweeping rooster tails through and past the corridors as you delve through this massive labyrinthian junkyard looking for the main dragon. Lo, but you find it up ahead. The Phoenix screaming as hard as it can with the rooster tailing dirt and dust behind it. You hurtle forth towards the main drag of the junkyard. Out onto the open stretch you find yourself as the massive golem suddenly lands astride and hurtling a massive metal frame towards you. You can throw me a drive check again. This time it's going to be against 17 or better.
Let's see, here we go. Oh god, that's a 13.
Was that 13?
Inspire?
Oh, I thought you were getting that one. I actually expected it.
Did you say you were going to inspire?
Yeah, sure.
I beat my thoughts across the world into your head. What are you doing?
You hear some strange voice inspire you. You feel that inspiration in your honor-bound dragonborn scales, all the way down to the tip of your tail.
7.
Couldn't remember that much stronger. Well,
I gave you my luck, my bad, dude.
I don't know who this guy is.
bear with me. I had, so as you, yeah. As you come hurtling towards the open stretch, turning the corner out onto, you're confronted with the massive golem form. As it hurtles a massive metal frame towards you, you manage to dodge it just so, watching it hurtle away, but the avalanche ensuing up ahead causes you to suddenly head towards what you didn't expect to be a ramped pile of junk. The off-road tires of the Phoenix easily grab a hold of the humongous forms of the pile of metal before you, pulling you up and over this huge avalanche. You can throw me a pilot check as you do your best to follow the best path up the slope.
21.
Expertly, with the humming and increasingly thrumming and throbbing mechanized core behind you, the increasing heat and velocity, the spinning of the tires underneath you, the massive forms that they are, gripping a hold of the pile and slope as you hurtle upwards towards the top, and suddenly cresting and sailing through the air, the Phoenix flying away from the junkyard, leaving the ground behind. You sail, leaving your seat slightly, you're weightless in the air. As everything slows, the huge golem form screeching behind you in frustration at your continued escape. You watch the lay of the junkyard out below you, and you see the stretch of the main drag relieve you of anxiety as you see the dusty stretch lead out towards the main gate. And as you come hurtling down, everything comes speeding towards as you crash into the ground. As the whole of the frame of the Phoenix collides with the earth, dirt and dust exploding all around, the suspension groaning as it accepts and then relinquishes the frame back up into the air. Rebounds the frame back up into the air. You feel yourself against the seat, its cushioned surface receiving your massive weight easily, and then recoiling you back into a position of comfort. The Phoenix simply lands and continues to careen forth as you throw me another pilot check to keep her on the straight and narrow. We'll go 13 or better.
Another 21.
Terrific. As you speed towards the exit, now leaving the golem behind, having succeeded every single driving test. I think every single driving test.
Close.
All except one.
Passing grade.
The golem screams frustratedly as you exit out through the gate, hurtling out into the main drag of Teshburl, or the streets of Teshburl. The throbbing and thrumming mechanite engine echoes away through the city streets against the sandstone walls as it puts and chuffs every so often, and you escape away from the junkyard with the Phoenix underneath you. With that, camera pans over towards Laz once again.
So Laz, having been basically tickled by this dude in the long coat and his knife on many knives, is gonna tee off on this dude. And we are going to try on the first round. We're gonna try. You know what? I'm not gonna go full board. I'm just gonna go with my advantage. I'm not gonna do the Blade Master. So first roll. Thank God I'm doing it normal. First roll is a 3 plus 6, and that's fucking a shitty one. Second one, though, is 18 plus 6, 24 to hit.
24 will hit. After a mad swing towards him that easily purees out of the way, you catch him off guard.
And I cause 9 plus 2, 11 damage on the first swing.
With a quick elbow into his chin, you knock him astride.
And the second one is a 16.
Sorry, how much was that? 9?
9 for the first one.
Yeah.
For damage.
Okay.
And then a 16 to hit on the second swing.
Misses by 1 or 2 in this guy.
Fuck all. But at least the first one connected.
And how?
Second one missed on the backswing.
Is that you?
That's me. Those are my 2 swings.
As you smash into his chin, you watch satisfyingly as a tooth flies away from his face, smashing it, sputtering in the dirt as it gathers and dusts tough sand into the air. With that, it's Yolandu once again.
All right. The big ass ogre or giant. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely still there. I'm gonna pick up from under or around my cover and just take a shot at the giant.
So what's going on?
The giant or ogre or the orc or the big man. I shoot him with my gun.
Roll it. $17 or better.
26
Hits.
or 19.
Hits. 19 hits as well. Or is that 19 damage?
That's damage. Yeah, that's damage.
Sweet. You got another one in you?
Nope, I don't have any other actions I can do.
Okay. As you open fire upon, one shot. Firing away and landing upon the giant. Its flesh bursts with the strike, damaging as it is as the thing stumbles to the one side, surprised by the incoming hand cannon strike. Yammer pans against Bjorn's faces, Bjorn's and Garnet's face as you guys watch the thing wince with intense pain. And what else is Yolanda doing?
Is he holding a weapon?
I would hope so. He just shot with it.
No, I meant the monster.
He's using he was using large spike knuckle dusters. They're not like sharp spikes, they're just kind of dull bludgeoning spikes, but still iron spikes all the same.
Oh, he's just like, he's carrying a stick, basically? A sharp stick? 21? Or is it like
brass knuckles, but are studded.
Yeah. Metal studded knuckles. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to know, nothing else I can do.
Okay. Are you sure?
I mean, is it large or is it bigger than large?
It's large.
I guess I could hit it with a trip attack. Using one of my superiority dice.
Oh, sorry. No, he is huge. My apologies. No trips.
Yeah, there's doesn't seem to be anything else. Unless...
You don't get a second attack. You pass level 5, yeah.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. It's because I was thinking I already used my action surge, so I figured, yeah. Oh yeah, thank you for pointing out to me. I'm kind of a dumbass. Anyway, I guess I could hit one more time. And I definitely do not hit that for a 2.
I was gonna say.
It's 8 this time.
Okay. How many bullets do you have in a clip? 6 in a cylinder? Do you have a...
I have a, crap, where is it? I had a thing where I could, ignore reloads. Let me just find it real quick.
What?
Gunner, ignore the loading property of firearms.
Oh, okay. So you're a speed loader? Alright, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So as it were, you quickly throw a bunch of new fresh bullets into a cylinder. Camera pans off to archers once again. And as the camera pans against their gleaming faces, and it shows Bjorn and all of y'all situated down in the center of it all, and it shows the wagon full of strange canisters. The camera cuts, and the credits begin to roll. To be continued.
Those things can go boom.
Prototype NOS.
I saved some of that.
But it depends on how many natural ones we roll next time.
Yeah.
Right?
Jesus fucking Christ, it's cursed.
This turned out alright. Cool. As the credits start rolling, we are treated to a scene of Barium slowly rolling through the city streets while the credits continue to roll. It's pretty quiet, save for the little bit of credits music and the sound of the Mechanai engine loping away as he rolls through the town. Dobransky, what'd you like? What'd you hate? What'd you released?
I liked a lot of this one. I like that Barium almost got fried by this new engine that he had no idea what to do with. I also like that he kind of had his own little solo mission of actually continuing the mainline story while we're off doing a side quest. It was pretty cool that every single one of us kind of had our own little battles to do. Like, Bjorn was trying to tee off with the main guy, and then Laz was trying to fight the 2 little stealth dudes. I thought that was pretty sweet. I don't know what the little dwarf chick is doing. She kind of just bugged off of the book, so I'm excited to see what comes after that and how we all kind of ignored her completely. So I want to see how that comes back to us later on. But overall, it was a cool little session.
Right on. Yeah, I like the how everybody had their own individual battle as well. Actually, I noted that developed, and I was quite pleased with that. So it's very cool. Right on. Sean, what'd you like? What'd you hate? What was your favorite part, and what did you like the least?
I'm kind of shocked by the fact that Barium almost died trying to hotwire a car, but then one of the big bad evil guys, who apparently had a 12-step process for firing his gun, was able to do it like flawlessly every time. Pop it, twitch it, spring it, roll it, and then just you're about to shoot, have some fucking alligator grab you by the ankles and shake you very hard. No, it was actually this was a lot of fun. It was really good. I think it was impressive. You handling all the different things going on at once. As they were saying before, the battle with Laz and what he had going on, what was going on between all the 3 different levels over on the other side of the building. I don't know what happened to. I was going to ask this. Whatever happened to Garnet's guys?
Yeah, they're actually they jumped down off the building and they're coming in towards where Sophie's running.
Okay,
They're about to get eaten by dogs or something too.
Yeah, I kind of missed that. I was trying to get the notes down. I have to clear that, tomorrow, next week about where the dogs came from. I know the dogs are coming in, but I missed that.
There's a back fence to the area. There's a back fenced area, and one of the guys ran off towards it and summoned the dogs.
Got it. Yeah, other than that, kudos to Bjorn for being Bjorn still. All the time, every time. the one constant in all this, and yeah, it's been good. This is a lot of fun.
Right on. Yeah, the set piece turned out. I like how the combat's unfolding that way. Cool. Summer, what'd you like? What did you hate? What was your favorite part, and what did you like the least?
I liked the payoff with my boots of jumping, letting me kind of skip right to the boss there, and then putting me in a terrible position with no cover and me just kind of hanging out there because that's what someone with no self-preservation skills would do. The set piece itself and the way the fight was set up was super cool, and I enjoyed the race into loots as well. They broke it up nicely.
Very cool.
Yeah, didn't really dislike anything.
Fair enough.
Trying to decide if I would know whether to blow up the NOS tanks or whether I would know they would blow up and it's something I'd worry about or not. But that's for next session.
Fair enough. Also fair enough, yeah. And with that, Rick, what did you like? What did you hate? What was your favorite part, and what did you like the least?
So I really enjoyed breaking the story up like that because I feel like while we are in a group, we are also not in a main part of the story at the moment. Like we're kind of like in between. So it's cool that we're doing different stuff, like bouncing around between the different fights and what Therium's doing. I think it's really cool. I think it was cool developing my character towards a little bit of his grief towards Orion's death, plus all of the doubt that was placed upon him from the old man. That was a really exciting getaway scene, by the way. And yeah, there's just a lot of excitement everywhere.
Right on. I don't know why I keep looking at the initiative, but Cody, what'd you like? What'd you hear?
I liked the battle. Was like really, it was a good flow. Like, how do I put it? There's just a lot of. I like the little battles. Like everybody else was saying, the one-on-ones, kind of like a duel, like standoff. It's like watching a dance, kind of. I didn't like how I just got completely fucking obliterated the first swing, and like had to retreat or else die. So yeah, that kind of sucked. But it was cool interacting with Bjorn. Garnet and him, I think, are similar, but see things differently. So it's interesting. Yeah, I'm just hoping I can get back on my feet for the next session. Interested to see what this giant does now that I'm up on top of this building.
Right on. And Ben, what'd you like? What'd you say? It was released.
I like the combat. It was really refreshing to be able to go back into the to killing things again because I love killing things.
Yourself?
Right on, yeah.
Yeah, I love killing things.
No, totally. It reminds me of the other day when I was trying to look
myself.
up killing small animals, like small woodland animals, but I just couldn't find anything funny to post on social networking. It happens,
Yeah. Normally I wouldn't say try, just do it.
Totally.
This is confidential, right?
100%, 100%. We're not streaming to the internet.
Okay.
It's totally my imagination.
My rolls were good this time around. Normally they're completely shit, but
this time around,
No,
everyone's
I-
were completely shit. So yours were like average. It's great. I know.
average is the new rate. That's what I liked.
Right on, right on. I like
Holding
the.
in a-
Hey, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I was holding in a massive fart right now.
Sweet. You know, don't hold it in on our account, because honestly, I'd rather you let it out than suffer the gastronomic cons of holding it in. I mean, that shit stretches you out, causes pain. It can cause blockages. Just let it out, man. Just let it out.
Way ahead of you.
I like the flow and pacing of this session. I thought it worked out really well with the set piece, providing just enough cover and open space that the whole of it was an exciting layout while being tactical and challenging. That aside, I am surprised with how well the balance is working out. Perhaps the giant is a bit much, perhaps not. Time will tell. The whole of it is, in fact, working out better than I expected. I'm glad for the payoff with the jumping boots, as well as being able to climb up the crate. A plus to get at the leader dude, and yeah, what can I say? But the barium scene turned out as well as I would have hoped, if not better. And I wish I'd put in some honest to goodness puzzles, and it's something I feel I've missed. So that's the part I like the least, is that the whole hot wire scene was just a gauntlet of rolls, as opposed to, you know, if you will, like a word rhyme or something like that. I think that sort of shit would be a good way to go. But it worked out well, and I'm glad everybody had fun. Everybody had fun?
Yep.
Yeah, pretty good.
Right on. Everybody gets the combat's not really finished, so I mean, shit, what do you give people? 1,500 experience plus 300 for having caught Buddy. 1,800 experience. We'll go with. Right on. And with that, my friends, it has been a pleasure to once again be your dungeon master, your entertainer, and so forth for another fantastic episode of Dungeons & Dragons Black Thumb, baby. With you, my wonderful palette of personalities that is my plethora of players, I thank you for joining me. And until next time, may your 20s always land on 20. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good
Yeah,
night.
thanks, Louis.
Thanks,
Thanks,
everybody.
everybody. Thanks, Dooley.
Cheers, all.
Thanks, guys.
And if you like what you see, we stream every Monday from about 7, 7:30, 8-ish, whenever we start, until approximately whenever we finish. So maybe we'll see you then. And until then, I extend you the same. May your 20s always land on 20. Have a good night, everybody.